Hello, learners. It's really a pleasure to host you again and again for the course of marketing, the art and science of marketing from basics to breakthrough. I, Dr. Asutosh Mohan, Associate Professor at Institute of Management Studies, Banaras Hindu University, BHU, would love to welcome on the last lecture of Module 5 relates with understanding the customer buying behavior and the loyalty dimension. So, the last lecture of this module is termed as strategies for enhancing customer relationship. We start with the learning objectives. What are the learning objectives? We identify core strategies to improve customer relationship. We evaluate the role of communication, personalization and other strategies to enhance this customer relationship. And we further try to understand how technology can enhance this engagement and retention. This again very crucial factor and we have to have understand this. Let's start with usual pattern with a story, and this story is related with a tailor and the tech giant. A neighborhood tailor who remembers the preferences, follow up and adopts the style over year of an individual, whereas a major clothing app automates the suggestion, provide the birthday discount, having the AI enable the customization possibility. But what will you prefer? That's the thing, that's the learning. The relationship, the tailor, the personalization, the recognition, the understanding of your requirement by an individual with a human touch rather than by a technology with technological interface without human touch, the tailor may win the confidence, may have the possibility of building relationship where he or she will keep on winning over a high-tech marketer. So just try to understand a tech-generated customer ID recognition is much better than your beautiful first name and a kind of hello by our neighborhood mom and pop store, whereas the tech generated the organized retailers customer ID may not have the same possibility which our neighborhood mom and pop store may have by calling with our name, attaching with respect and asking about our well-being. This is a real thing which every one of us, whether as a consumer, whether as a marketer, need to understand. Let's try to understand in the same respect what exactly the different strategies may fetch beautiful results to the organization. We will discuss few of those strategies to build, to enhance and to strengthen the relationship with the organization. So why customer relationship matters we already discussed, but still for a recall, for recapturing the things which we discussed in our last chapter, just have a recall. It provides a higher retention, it provides a positive word of mouth, it decreases the switching, it decreases the acquisition cost and it's a foundation for brand equity. Agree? That's what we already discussed. No need for further explanation. Let's jump to the strategies. The first strategy is personalization. How you are communicating. How you are communicating while recognizing the individuality of individual. It means you are curating the messages. You are giving or curating your offer as per the requirement. This is what personalization is. So Spotify is wrapping the music as per our preference, creating the list of music as per our preference. Not only building the list, but sometime it is also suggesting what you need to listen for. Netflix is also doing in the same manner to create content as per the market requirement, as per the individual requirement. Next strategy, strategy 2, to build or strengthen the relationship, that is consistent communication. So if your communication is sporadic, just imagine if you are having a relation, even in your personal relation, if you lack the communication, will it be a reliable, trustworthy relation? No, it's not possible. So communication, the continuity of communication, the possibility of communication, possibility of a two-way communication, possibility of a continuous communication is another strategy which organization have to have maintain. Organization have to have work with. How they can? They can do take the help of different touch point. They can do with the different social media platforms. We may have the different apps through which the messagings are also possible, and that's what Japo's customer support they are providing through even Twitter. Twitter is no more, it's X. So they are providing this kind of customer support also. Feedback loops. Feedback loops several times organization try to ignore, but feedback is one wonderful opportunity provided by customer to work and strengthen your offerings. Be honest to yourself. How many of us usually give feedback when asked by the organization? Out of 10 times, usually we give feedback after a certain amount of push to 2 or 3 instances, not all the 10 instances. Now, if I am giving or if you are giving feedback to those 2 or 3 instances to 2 or 3 organizations, don't you think you are creating an opportunity to the organization to work and understand, make a better offer for future? So, feedback is a wonderful creation of opportunity. It's a wonderful creation to strengthen your relation. You can work with your weaknesses and you can strengthen your strength. That's what required. And that is why many service providers, many goods manufacturers also reflect, also try to collect more and more feedback. Uber is doing. Even in educational institutions, the student feedback, the peers feedback, that also matters, and that matters a lot. Next strategy, fourth strategy, customer loyalty programs. That's what we discussed. So these customer loyalty programs are giving you certain brownie point. They are giving you certain advantage. They are giving you certain priorities, which may be monetized, which may not be monetized, but giving recognition. So referral rewards, all those particular things, Starbucks is giving the same kind of referral rewards, and that's helping the relationship building efforts of the organization. Strategy 5, which is growing in this era where we are talking about omni-channel strategy. We will discuss this omni-channel strategy in detail when we discuss the distribution, when we discuss one of the element of marketing mix, that is place. So seamless experience, creating a seamless experience across the different possible channel points, it's a good thing to build trust in your relation. It's a good thing to maintain a consistent communication with your customer. And this is what Nike is trying to do with its app, with its in-store possibilities, and they are trying to create this seamless experience. Sixth strategy, automation. Even though we are saying automation is not an enabler, it's a backbone. But what you are going to automate? Are you going to automate the reminders, abundant cart recovery, the smart offers? If you are doing, time to time you keep on reminding the different elements which may be a kind of forgetfulness or ignorance, or maybe certain other reason consumer is not paying attention. If you keep on reminding those things regularly with certain automated techniques, don't you think that may also create a trigger point to build relation? So automation is another possibility. But remember, if you are making these kind of efforts quite frequently, then it may also irritate. So be careful. You need not to create a situation for irritation. You need to create a situation for reminders, not more than that. So automation requires to build, to understand, and accordingly work on. So tools like Salesforce, HubSpot, Zoho, all those are providing the solution how you can automate your customer relationship management practices, how you can automate your communication strategies, how you may automate the different trigger point created by the organization and communicated by these automated systems. But be careful, the frequency, be careful that it may not lead towards an irritative situation or a kind of irritation when you are doing a repeated or bombarding the communication with automated system without recognizing this phenomena. In summary, what we can conclude not only with this session but the entire module, that relationship building requires the consistency, it requires a proper listening and need to establish a relevance. If you are not finding the relevance, if you are finding the other one is not listening to you, there will not be any question of building the relations. Technology empowers, but remember, if you are too much relying on technology without understanding the human touch required, the human centricity is required, your technology cannot work for you. It may backfire also. That's what we understand, that technology may create a situation where people keep on missing the human touch and it create a kind of monotonous situation where there is no intention to build relation. So use technology but wisely with certain amount of human touch. Loyal relationship means strategic importance, strategic advantage. So if you are making a relationship with your customer, those customers are loyal to you, don't you think you are making a very strategic advantageous position at marketplace for your organization? And that's what the entire play of marketing is. How to win more and more customer, how to maintain a thicker, a bigger customer base than your competitor, how to retain the number one position or how to gain the number one position. So this is all which we need to understand under the customer buying process understanding, with a clear understanding for customer value, leading towards the satisfaction, loyalty, and ultimately to build relation while understanding the customer lifetime value. So ending the session as per the tradition of course with a assignment which you may go with your experience, with your recall capacity, and try to understand the things in practical manner. Choose a brand you interact with regularly. Describe simply its strength and relationship. At least two of the strategies which we discuss, which strategy do you think this brand opted to build relationship with you? Just identify. A very simple exercise. If you have further interest, go with the McKinsey's white paper, The New Rules of Customer Engagement, which talks about the possibility of having connections, having relation in digital era. So thank you for your attention. Thank you for giving time and energy to understand the module 5 in totality, with the last lecture which devoted specifically for different strategies to strengthen the relationship. Happy learning and happy living. Thank you.